Hey, what's up guys? Drew here over at RevHiker Outdoors, and I've got a review for you today on a little EDC flashlight that I thought honestly was not going to be good, and it turns out that I really like it. And as far as being able to carry it and everything and functionality, I like it almost as much as one of my all-time favorite lights, which is the Streamlight ProTac 1L. And you guys know, if you follow me on Instagram, that you probably see the ProTac 1L a lot. But anyway, this is a review on the Kamisafe KM MN10 flashlight. When I first saw this thing, I read about it. I didn't think it was going to be any good because it was only 30 lumens, and I thought, like everything, you know, like the light on my cell phone is probably close to 30 lumens. And so I thought, I really didn't think it was going to be any good when Kamisafe contacted me and said, hey, can we send you this light so you can check it out? And I said, I hesitated, and I really thought about it. I said, well, yeah, you know, go ahead, I'll still check it out. And when I got it, I was really surprised because they took 30 lumens and I think pulled as much out of it as they possibly could. They focused the beam down, and this thing actually has a farther throw. They claim 250 meters. I haven't gone out and measured it, but they say it throws at 250 meters, which is about double of some lights that I have that are over 300 lumens, because they're more of a flood style, and this is much more of a spotlight. So anyway, I think they got about as much out of this 30 lumens as humanly possible, and I think they got as much out of the battery that they use, because they don't use some special crazy battery. It's just a little AA, which is really nice because they're affordable and they're abundant. AA's and AAA's you can find absolutely anywhere for dirt cheap, and I think that's a plus for this light. So anyway, I'll give you a little close-up of this thing while I talk about it. Here's some things I really like about it. Really like the pocket clip. Doesn't really catch on stuff. This, you know, this end is a little high for my liking, but it still hasn't caught, you know, the chairs that I sit in, my recliner. I like the tail cap because it is, this light is very simple to use. The half press is very easy, and it sits kind of level with the bezel back here, which is nice because it kind of keeps it from getting pressed when it's in your pocket. I carried this for about a week and a half, and kind of some of the things I look for when I'm carrying a light is that I forget that I'm carrying a light. I don't want it to be bulky in my pocket. I don't want it to be catching on stuff. Like, I just want to forget that it's there until I say I need a light, and then I can just pull it out and it's easy to use. And this thing certainly is easy to use. It's just a single press. There's two modes, on and strobe, which is really nice. Click it once for on, and then you now strobe warning, okay? Then you half click for strobe. Then half click again, it goes back to this, and then turn it off. Really like it. It's very simple, which is I don't like, you know, generally speaking, I'm not like a fan of like 90 million modes. The only thing that I wish they did on this was, for me personally, I could have dropped the strobe and just put in a high and a low. Because on my Streamlight, that's what I programmed it for. I programmed it so you can just drop out the strobe, and it's literally just, it starts out on low and you half click again for high. I wish that's how it was. It's like my favorite configuration because I'm not tactical, not tactical either, and I don't really need a strobe. I mean, strobe is fun like when I'm messing with people, like just as a joke, but other than that, I have no use for strobe. So I wish there was a high and a low, but otherwise, I think this thing is a win. 20 bucks on this thing. 20 bucks. Takes AA's, which are dirt cheap. It's got a great pocket clip, which, you know, it sticks out some, sticks out about that much from your pocket. It could be a little deeper. I prefer slightly deeper, but it's still good. The pocket clip is on there. Like, it'd be very difficult to get this thing off. You'd really have to yarn on it. You know, they got a little tactical bezel for breaking glass or jabbing it into somebody's forehead, or I don't know why they all do this. I think it's just kind of a tactical fad. But anyway, it's useful. I like the light, and what I'm gonna do now is switch the camera so you guys can see it shining on my wall of gear here, so you can see how focused this thing is and really see how much they got out of 30 lumens. This thing does more with 30 lumens than some other lights do with, you know, hundreds. So anyway, stick around and I'll show you how this thing shines, and then we'll wrap it up. Okay guys, so here it is. You can see how focused that beam is. I'm at about 8 feet from this wall, and you know, the really bright part is maybe only, I don't know, 18 inches wide. So it's very focused, but it's still very useful. You can see there's like kind of this, you've got like the really bright spot there, and then you've got like this outer ring of, you know, not nearly as bright, but it's still useful. So there it is. You know what, let me give you a comparison with this. Is another light that I'm going to be doing a review on here shortly. This is an Orca Torch ES10, but anyway, this thing is much more like a floodlight. So when you turn this on, you can see there's no, like, I mean, look at the width of that center part. So again, here's the Kamisafe, there's the Orca Torch. So it's much more of a floodlight, and this is much more of a spotlight. So with 30 lumens, this thing really lights it up. I was very impressed with the throw, and impressed with the light overall. I mean, for 20 bucks and running on AA's, this thing really impressed me. So anyway guys, there you have it. That's my review of the Kamisafe KM MN10, and hope you guys enjoyed it. I will put a link in the description if you want to read a little more about this. You guys know I don't generally just read off stats. I give you my impressions of the light. So anyway, I'll give you a link where you can read more about them. And thanks for watching. As always guys, God bless. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Take it easy.